I'm back again. Right, second task. So task 2, it's called Your Proposal. So that's the title. You're telling, again, us, what are you gonna do? Remember, little rules. Number 1 in the task sheet, this has to be one person playing. It's a solo. You're also performing from a score. So, what are we marking you on? 2 things. In your A4 sheet of paper, it says 1 page of A4. At the top, I need to know what is the piece. So what are you doing? Is it piano, guitar, ukulele, singing, banjo, double bass? What is it? What is the piece title? Then underneath it, you start giving me the reason. Criterias. It needs to be clear. So your first explanation, you're telling me and Sir why, and it has to be clear. It has to be coherent. So it's obvious from the story to now why you've picked it. It's a clear one. It's got to be imaginative. So just telling me, oh, I'm doing a piece, and it's really simple, and it doesn't really link, oh, it's a bit clear, it's like, oh, it's a storytelling like Wheels on the Bus. It's not really good. It's going to give you some marks, but it's not got anything new to it to be able to give that global and cultural and challenge of expression that you need to explain in your diaries, which of course is into task C, okay, so task 3. So your first bit again, tell me your piece, tell me your instrument you're performing on, and tell me why. Why is it clear? Why is it feasible? Why is it imaginative? With that, link it again to the inquiry questions. So the whole of this page, once you've explained the basics, then you can start backing it up for your planning. That's the second part of this A4 page. So you've got one bit telling me who, what and why, linking to how does my piece link to storytelling, how does my piece link in cultural, how can it link in global, how can it link to one of the other questions, which is, how does cultural influence, okay, interpretation of stories, so how your piece can be interpreted, how you do the aesthetics of the beauty preference, and how you understand the story, how is the piece used for artists, so how is this artist in 2 lines only tells the story and how you're going to tell the story, okay, right? And of course, how does it shape the world, right, and how you're communicating it. So that's the inquiry questions, and you do that quite short. The next part of your A4 page, this is so you get marks in critical thinking, and also how you do your explorations, how you start it, to how it's going to develop later. So this is your planning, this is your milestones, this is your PDA circle, okay? This is your, not so much your Venn diagram, but others in that mind, your critical thinking, concept maps as well. Do smalls of everything, and then again annotate over with a summary of what you've done. Put in references around it, or footnote references or side references, so we know where that's come from. Yes, it could be images as well. You can do that, that's not a problem. With that in mind, again, you're backing up why you're doing the piece, how does it link to the storytelling, and how you're going to actually do it. Now, I appreciate you are doing a piece you've already started, so that means you've got to go backwards and explain why did you pick it, how's it done, why, what in the rhythm, what in the melody, what in the harmony, what in the chords, what in the structures, etc. Once you've done that, that will then, once an A4 page, one A4 page is done, then you can start putting together for task 3. Little notes I'm going to say in both task 2 and task 3, so do with us and our marking. We'll be marking you on your rhythm, on your notes, on your timing, on your overall speed and expression, so expression marks, how it works if it's a backing track to you performing, and the overall feel of that piece, story you want to portray. With that in mind, there's 3 standards. It's of course easy, you're starting out. There is your standard, so middle of the range, and then there's your challenging. I've forwarded to you link into your instruments, each of those criteria. If you go for something challenging, I'm looking for a piece of music which has got substantial leaps, strange rhythms, use of different hands or voice techniques. It's starting to be more of a push in a key, so it's got different keys. It modulates, it changes key, it changes time, it's got different structures. It might have an independent part on its own, and other things. With that in mind, you're going to be showing more in your diaries in task 3 and explaining how that works for overall in task 1 in depth. That will give you so much more to talk about as a levels 5, 6, 7 and 8. If that's too challenging, fine. Do a standard piece which has got clear keys, clear structure, clear melody, clear harmony, clear chords, clear technique throughout. That will help you too. Where do you find the music? You're going to have to either buy it or in case you'll be performing from a track you already know and you can find the whole piece. Length of pieces. Length of pieces. This determines how many pages you're going to write in task 3. If your piece you've picked and you love is 3 minutes in length, you've got to back that with 9 pages of your process diaries or e-portfolio, and that is going to link with it. So 3 minutes equals 9 minutes of writing, or 9 pages of writing, and it has to be 9 pages. If you're doing 5 minutes on one piece, and it has to be one piece, then you only have 5 pages of your diary because you're performing more. So with that in mind, all your annotations in your diaries and things like that will be slightly smaller. If you're doing a 4-minute piece, then yes, you're looking at about 7 minutes, okay, 7, 7.5, possibly even to 8 for your diaries. So really think on the length of piece, what are you going to play? Does it have a lot for you to talk about to get those really good marks? That is task 2, proposal, 1 page of A4. Let's see what you can do. Thank you guys.